Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Once again.
Sup,
I'm going to close the window so we don't get wind.
Sup, pasty people.
Pasty sheeple.
Paste Nation.
Paste Nation.
Pasty
Rage
Nation.
Cage.
Rage in the cage.
Welcome back to Nerd Bible Podcast, episode 35.
Pasty Nation podcast, episode 30, whatever you said, I don't know. 35.
Pasty Nation. No, can't keep changing names to crap. Our
Hashtag-
brand synergy is already not
Pasty
good.
Nation.
Yeah, that can be like our community of
Hashtag Pasty
people.
Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paste the nation. Hashtag copy and pasty.
No. No.
Back once again, it is me,
And,
George. I saw a wrestling movie and I didn't hate it.
Why?
Why? And you are
Connor, who liked the wrestling movie, but then
was annoyed by someone playing someone
by
else.
the replacement actress at the end of it. Oh, yeah, you'll find out in a minute, but yeah. Good
If
film.
you haven't guessed already, we've got to talk about. We both saw fighting with my family.
Yeah,
we're gonna
fighting with the fam.
You know, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Game of Thrones Season 8 trailer.
I mean, obviously.
Oh my god, obviously, because this is 7 seasons in 7 weeks.
Yeah,
This is
Which
season 2.
which I missed the
Yeah,
first.
But before we go, because that's the main thing at the end, we're going to do like most of it's going to be on season 2. We'll go just before that. We'll get your thoughts on season 1 because you
Uh-huh.
weren't here. You were busy being a worker bee
Workaholic, yeah.
in the retail world.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Hashtag
But
retail
you know what else sucks? Is that Arsenal are losing to Rennes.
Oh no.
Yeah, also I've got a bet on and I need another 9 corners in 15 minutes. And that's not going to happen. Also down to 10 men, but there you go. Wah, sports bit over. We literally haven't talked about sports on this since like episode 1. When Matt was
good.
still alive.
What happened to Matt?
I don't know. He's meant to be editing the video. So anyway, DC
Yeah,
have cancelled the show. We're going to go to that. So should we get a wriggle on?
Right. To the news.
The news. Hello. Welcome to the BBC. This is the news. Have you ever watched Alan Partridge?
No, can't say I have. No.
Connor, you love
There's
it.
so many things. Leave me alone.
Because he just come back for a new series called This Time with Alan Partridge, and it's so fun. It's him like in a news studio, like doing live TV, and like the bit when it goes to the segments and the films, like it doesn't like you don't see them. Like as you would on TV, you just stay with them, like when they're waiting for the cue back in.
Oh, okay.
So funny.
Alan
I just
Park.
love Steve
What channel
Coogan.
is this? What channel is this? BBC One?
BBC 1 or 2? I'm going to say. I'm going to know 1. It's BBC 1. I think it's on
No ads, even though.
Monday?
A Monday? Alright.
I think so. I don't know. There's 2 episodes out at the moment
Alright.
on iPlayer.
Shit with Alan Partridge. Alright, I'll have a look at it.
This time we don't know. I think it's a bit of your comedy style because he's.
Oh.
Did you ever see the movie he did, Alpha Papa?
Yes.
That was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Considering, like, what it was based on.
Yes. Alpha Papa.
It's a little Alan Partridge bit. Should we talk about...
Sponsor us, Alan
No,
Partridge.
this episode is sponsored by Alan Partridge's Face.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. So, yeah. Should we talk about what we've got coming up? Because if you follow us on the old social media, we put out a cheeky picture.
A cheeky behind the scenes. Without my permission, by the way. I mean, use the picture of my head, my face staring at the camera. Thanks, George.
That was the best one. Because otherwise, one of the other ones of you filming was like you filming Matt while you were in bed with him. And I didn't want it to look dodgy.
Well, now thanks to that, it sounds a bit dodgy.
Exactly, but it all makes sense when you see the finished product. Because we, as we spoke about like a couple of weeks ago, we enjoyed that one.
Yeah. Oh, it was fun. Me using the camera was actually a better experience, I thought.
Yeah, and you got
no
you got to go outside.
no shaking hand. Yeah, I actually enjoyed life. I actually went outside.
Yeah. Because you're like, I want some more locations.
No,
we'll put you down as location manager.
A higher budget, you know. We want to go big.
We want production values.
Yeah, we want to go big with this.
Yeah, so Matt will edit that as soon as we do some sound bites after this that we've got to record, like a professional little studio ting.
Sound bites?
Yeah, so it'll be like, because the voice clips that we need, like your one and my one, that he puts at the end. That we No, we don't do I love how that...
Pow!
Pow.
Shazam!
Shazam, coming in theatres. April 5th.
10 weeks review. coming to a place
Yeah,
near you.
that's
I
like
don't
the
know, 3 weeks?
That's the one DC movie I'm actually looking forward to. Because
I've got a
Aquaman
funny
looked fun.
feeling. I've got a funny feeling.
Yeah, but Aquaman looked better.
It did.
But then it was
Meh.
like 4 stories in one, as we've
It
spoken
was.
about on a previous podcast.
Yes.
Link in the description below, probably. I don't know. I need to make an end card. Still haven't done that, but I changed the thumbnails.
That's something. Enjoy.
We're working our way. We're like 50% professional. Once the graphic designer kicks in.
Yeah. Get their arse in gear.
Well,
I mean, whether he or she is busy or
busy with
free.
work, I'll text and be like, "Are you okay?
You still alive?
How are you?" Yeah.
Dot.
But we've got our gaming stuff that we're gonna hopefully
Finally
get
do.
Yeah, which
Hopefully.
once Matt gets his capture card sorted, that's gonna be us.
Has he
You'll see
actually got his Xbox back? Or
I think he's got a new one because
good.
his
Old
infamous like when we were trying to record Crash Bandicoot and it broke.
Yeah.
Remember those days?
Bad times.
The bad times. Yes.
The good old days.
But we've chosen our first game.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Shadow of Mordor from start to finish. We're all gonna play through it.
Oh, right, okay.
You'll see our faces as you see like in the corner, like while we're game playing. So it'll just be,
Oh, damn.
oh damn, face reveal.
I've still got to do Shadow of War.
Well, I've got both of them, so literally we're gonna go through the first 2 games.
Alright,
We'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
That will last us a couple of years probably. I don't know. Depends how long we take. Matt will probably be really bad at it.
Oh no, it's Matt. When is he not going to?
You're going to have to carry the team. You're going to have to carry us to the end.
I guess, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I've played the first one.
I'm just going to be quoting Lord of the Rings the whole time and doing impressions of Gimli. Like you do know that.
My precious. We're just going to hear sound.
I mean,
that's the sound bar we're going to
Gollum.
record. My precious, my precious, my precious. That's all we're going to hear.
One of my favourite quotes in Lord of the Rings is, "Would you like me to describe it for you? Or shall I get you a box?"
Okay.
When it's the wall at the back to Helm's Deep, when Gimli can't see what's going on, Legolas says like, "Would you like me to describe it to you, or shall I find you a box?"
We're on our way to Isengard.
We're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
Hobbits,
That is my favourite quote.
The Hobbits are a bad series of films. They're boring. I'll just put that.
I haven't seen the Hobbits. To be fair, I've not even seen all of Lord of the Rings. I saw most of the first film, and then that's it. I know I need to be. I'm waiting for the 4K release of them.
When's the 4K release of Captain America trilogy? That's soon.
April. Oh no, actually no. First Avenger is the end of. Well, no, I thought it said Feb, but I mean it must be the end of this month.
They're doing a free box set as well, aren't they?
That's in April. I think the first film is the end of this, something like the 26th of this month, and then the other two are April, like the 14th, on both the same day.
Oh, so just in time for Endgame.
Must be, yeah. But then I've got more rumoured stuff. I mean, I've seen it on like releases.
Connor's 4K rumour mill. Go.
Iron Man trilogy.
Yes.
Around about June, July.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
And
Or is that like, are they going to put like an in memoriam to Tony Stark?
Oh!
Maybe that's why.
Spoilers! Yeah!
Because that'll be just before Homecoming. Homecoming's July 5th.
Is it?
Not Homecoming, fucking Far From Home.
Well, yeah, Homecoming 2.0. But no, I think he said June or July. No actual date.
For all of them or separately.
And then no, as a trilogy. I don't think it's a separate release. It's just the trilogy. That's
or will it be them thing where it's just 3 of them in a slipcase? It'd probably be something like that if they've got all of them.
And then Doctor Strange.
Yes, the one that we've been wanting.
In August, roughly.
Then what will that leave?
It would leave 4-1, 4-2.
Ant-Man 1.
Yeah, Ant-Man. Guardians 1.
Yep.
And oh no, hang on. Is that it? Ant-Man 1, Guardians 1. Yeah, have you got them all?
Yeah, so it would leave them Thor 1 and 2.
Yeah, 4, 1 and 2.
Ant-Man 1.
Yeah, Guardians 1.
Yep.
I'm
trying to think
is it? Because so Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2,
Yeah,
Captain America, 4, 1,
Yep.
Avengers,
Yeah, that's
Iron
done.
Man 3, Dark World. What's next?
Captain America Winter Soldier. That'll be done.
Guardians 1, so that's 3.
Yep.
Alright,
I'll count the ones that need doing.
so 3.
That's 3. And what's after Guardians? Age of Ultron. That's done.
Yeah. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, so that's 4.
I think it's Civil War? After
Yeah.
Yeah, then Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's being done, so that'll be...
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's Guardians 2. So then Guardians 2 onwards, they've done.
They've done from then on.
So
yeah.
really it's 4. It's just
So there'll be only 4 left from summer.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, it should be summer. Yeah.
And also, I've heard that after Far From Home, it's going to be like a year until the next. Because there's no film.
Oh,
There's
no.
no
There
film-
isn't. No,
there's
because
none filming at the
actually
moment.
they've not said it afterwards.
Because
No.
I think, like Feige has said, is they're talking about Marvel again.
Fan Marvel fan
But
boys.
like Feige said, like revealing the slate before Endgame would be like, well, they're going to
Yeah,
live.
true. Yeah,
And
I get
you already knew
I
that.
do understand that.
We already knew that going into Infinity War that Spider-Man had a
to
sequel.
live. Yeah.
So even though he died, you know that he'll come back. Whether his world is in what way his world is changing. And plus,
plot twist, it could be Miles.
I need
It'd
to
be
talk
Miles.
to you about the 4K for Spider-Verse as well. I need to.
What,
talk
have you
to you-
pre-ordered that?
No, I haven't, but I've got some good news on that.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
That so but what we said, remember when we talked about the Far From Home trailer, like, the good thing is you don't know the fate of anyone outside of the Spider-Man
You
universe.
don't, yeah, no, you don't.
Apart from seeing Happy and Happy with a Stark Industries check that was signed by Pepper. Like,
yes,
you don't
no one else.
you don't know who's alive and who's dead.
It's a well edited and well thought out trailer.
Yeah,
it ain't just
it-
look, we spoiled.
It shows you the whole world, but it doesn't show you
people.
the whole MCU. That's so.
Smart
I
thing.
think after Endgame, leading up to Spider-Man is going to be the time where we're going to learn, because we know that there's probably a Doctor Strange sequel. They know that they want to get more experimental. There's the
Elementals, wasn't it?
Not the Elementals. There's one like that.
The what? Who are like the Elementals?
Yeah, there's another film like that. There's another group like Guardian style that they want to do, and they want to do stuff differently while having like the big team ups. And I think a lot of it's going to be like depending on, as we said, when the Fox merge is done, because that's in the final stage now.
It is like near completion.
So there'll be a lot of they'll have backup films like when Civil War wasn't, if they didn't get the Spider-Man deal, was going to have Black Panther more thingy role. So they'll probably
have plan Bs.
Yeah, they'll have plan Bs, and after Endgame, and depending on when the deal struck, then they'll be like, we're doing this, and this, building up to X-Men versus Avengers, or like Galactus in the next Avengers film.
That could be because that's happened in the comic world.
Yeah,
Avengers X-Men. That could be the next.
I've still said, and I stand by my theory, that Scott Lang will return to the present, X-Men Days of Future Past style, and it will only be weird to him because he's conscious, like him. He will only have just travelled back, and everything will have changed around him. The Fantastic Four and the X-Men will already exist.
Yeah,
possibly with the same actors. That's the way you can get around it, and then he'll be like, he'll be like, who are these guys? And then like we'll learn, but we already know. So then we don't need an origin story. I think that's how you cut it out. I think I still stand by that.
Because I read loads.
Quote me on it. Once the Fox deal's done,
that's
hire
what
me.
will happen.
Hire Pasty Sheep at Kevin Feige.
Pasty Nation coming to Marvel.
Yeah, so I'm excited for the 4Ks. Like, they're good.
Yeah.
And they come with a Blu-ray. The only thing I don't know about the 4Ks is there's no special features on them. They only come on the Blu-ray disc.
Yeah.
But
well, I suppose
surely there's more room on the 4K disc, but then a 4K movie would take up more
low
space.
storage and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But then that's something they'll perfect, because that's what happened with the
it
original
was
Blu-rays,
working
wasn't it? It was
process.
there was minimal, like on the early ones, like Dark Knight and Casino Royale was like minimal features. Just the movie was.
Yeah, but then that's when like years will pass and they re-release them, and then they'll like
like special editions and stuff like that. Yeah.
But that speaking of 4Ks, I don't know if I did mention last time I was here, but Samsung have sort of came out and said they're not going to produce any more physical media. Blu-ray players, 4K players, they're sort of stepping out of the game completely, and everyone was panicking about a week ago, saying like it's the end of physical media.
I don't think it is. I think you're still going to have a market for it, because, like with books, like people think there's no room for books, but that's the similar thing. It's like you read them, like read books or you watch a film, and then you just have it there. So then it's easier than, because especially with like online stuff, it's easily to corrupt a file, or like to have a piece of technology that doesn't work, then you can't watch something. So still having the physical
is always an option.
Yeah, that's why I still buy it. I only buy the physical ones, are the ones that I definitely want and love, and definitely want to rewatch.
And you'll rewatch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why I own all of that shit. Look.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Because I know that at some point, Connor, we are going to start an unearthly child, and we are going to end up at Resolution.
Yeah, Resolution.
Doctor Who commentaries also confirmed.
Work in progress.
To be announced. We're going to do a poll and let you guys choose what one that you make. Me and Connor, and more importantly, Matt sit through.
God damn.
Can't be Haunted Armor though. We've done that.
Yeah, sorry guys. I mean.
And then we'll be going. Me and you'll be going through season 1 to series 11.
Yeah, but hopefully
I forgot where we were up to then.
Yeah,
I was like, 11.
No, but hopefully by then, if we get, it will be like say season 13 Not season 12, it'll be season 13.
Well, we've got a year before we have to be caught up. Yeah, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Blu-ray. 16th of March, I believe, 16th or 15th, and apparently it's got a short film on it with Spider-Ham.
No.
Like a little short.
Yeah, okay.
And it's got 20 minutes of bonus footage.
Oh. Well, like deleted scenes, gag reels, bloopers.
No, I think like an extended edition
Oh,
of the film.
Oh damn!
Oh damn!
Oh damn! Oh cool! All right, I weren't expecting that.
But yeah, as perfect as that movie is, I can't wait to see the new stuff.
Oh yeah,
The sequel's in development, and so is the spin-off.
Have they got a date? A spin-off?
Yeah, because
Spider-Verse.
Well, yeah, because the thing about Spider-Verse, they don't all need to be like Spider-Man.
Well, is it Spider-Gwen?
I think they want to do like an all-female one, like with like Spider-Gwen and all the female version.
Makes sense.
But then it can still be they're all going to be Spider-Verse movies. That doesn't need to be a spin-off because they're all. That's
connected.
The beauty of the multiverse.
They're all connected.
You can drop in and out, and then have like Miles be the thing that gets you interested in coming back because you saw his story in the first one. Be like, I want to see how he's getting on, but have like Spider-Gwen or 2099 as like the lead. Have the returning characters as the hook, so then you never lose interest.
No, okay.
Because there's so many possibilities, and I can't wait. I love Spider-Verse.
Infinite, endless.
And did you miss us recapping the Oscars? It won the Oscar for Best Animated Film.
It did.
How do you feel?
Fucking amazing. Well, I mean, it's the only option, really.
Did you see the video where I edited the swear counter in?
Yes, you did, and I'm proud of you for doing it.
Yeah, you thought I wouldn't do it, did you?
No.
The bit when you say, because we're only on free swears, so we're doing really well.
I thought that was my first time just then.
No, you said bad words. No, crap. No, that one doesn't count because we're referencing it. Between us, we've like three things.
Okay, so good. You're counting yourself, not just me. All right, cool.
I'm trying.
great about
I'm being as chill and like just as.
So
I'm just trying to sort of just
keep it mild.
We're getting better.
Yeah, no.
People have said to me like it sounds more professional. Well, everyone apart from Ed.
Who's people? Who's people?
Well, everyone apart from Ed. Think that we're getting better at like when you look from episode 1 to where we are now. It's getting a lot better.
It is.
It is.
But Matt's was the main corruption of it. It was his problem. I mean, he kept cursing and blooping every 20 seconds. No offence, Matt.
Well, no. Take offence, Matt, because you are wrong in what you do.
you are an annoying son of a.
Oh, he said when to get this sorted out. Like he said, I'm still editing the podcast because he's like, you make it come out on time. So I'm like, yeah, because that's the first thing I vowed to myself to do is to make it come out on a Sunday when we wanted it to come out. Anyway. Where was I before I started bitching about that? Oh yeah, the swear counter. You know when you say crap like loads of times? I was sitting. It took me like half an hour just to like do it like in time because there's literally I think it's 10 seconds where you say it like 9 times. Yeah, and I literally was like cutting it to it. I was like, what's the point? I've started it now, so I have to finish.
Oh, well done, dedication. Editing
it's good though. I mean, it's not like nothing special. It's just like editing some text.
Oh no, but I mean,
did you appreciate it? Did you when you saw it? Did you actually make you laugh?
Yeah,
that's what we're there for. We're editing it.
Entertainment.
Should we talk about a bit of DC now? We've done a bit of
Marvel.
There's no more Marvel stuff. Before we move on, tomorrow marks the 21st film in the MCU. Is it 21? It's Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I think it is.
God, I thought you'd broken there.
Connor.exe not working.
Connor, this page not found.
404.
Let me just Google it. I'm on the Google.
Both Google it. Damn, 7%. Alright, maybe I'll not Google. I need my battery.
You need your batteries. Battery.
21st, yeah. I imagine
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 in that one. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, 21.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Spider-Man is confirmed in Phase 4. It's no longer post-Phase 3.
Excellent. Alright, good.
Yeah, Captain Marvel, the 21st film in the MCU. First Marvel, we'll specify Marvel before people go, about Wonder Woman. It's the first Marvel film with a female-led superhero.
Yeah, about women. Yeah. First female with a female lead.
It's out there. It's, yes, Wonder Woman beat it to it, and it was, good and powerful and all about that.
Congratulations. That's the only thing I can give DC credit for.
Oh, yeah, that was well done.
Did it.
That was really well done.
Smartly done, but I mean...
Apart from the fact that when the Amazonians return in Justice League, they're more scandally dressed. They're not as well dressed and well covered in Justice League. because Zack Snyder's got to make everything look sexy. But he's had a tough time, so I'm not gonna bitch about him.
No.
So
Much.
no, not much. Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. Hopefully, catch it on opening day. If not,
Yeah.
we'll have definitely seen it at least once before we talk about it next week. We're going to talk in depth. Reviews coming out of it are very polarising because you got the keyboard warriors of no.
Yeah, because I read something. It was like, oh, it's not as like mesmerising as Wonder Woman. Basically said, yeah, it's all right, but it's not as like poignant as Wonder Woman was.
But then the good thing about the MCU is there's no terrible ones. There's ones that are. When you get one that's okay, or just like it passes as just like a good film.
That Ant-Man one.
But like when it comes after because normally they come after such a big film, and this is coming after Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was funny as hell, and a really good palate cleanser after the epicness that was Infinity War. Yeah. And it's sort of got a big, but not as big as the thing as Endgame that's coming after in like a month.
Yeah, they kind of thought it out. They have.
It also has to tell that story fit her in before she
just suddenly clicks in Endgame. Yeah,
exactly. That's the thing. So I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be the best. It's been. I've polarised heard from it's just really boring to it's possibly the best MCU movie ever. I think it's going to lay more in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently it's feeling like a Phase 1 movie, which is good in terms of having an origin, going back to that thing, that formula, but also very jarring when you look at how experimental they've been in Phase 3.
Recent films,
because they always aim to do Kevin Feige said they aim, especially with the third ones, from Iron Man 3, they were we want to make them as different as possible.
And they kind of have, they kind of
because they all have to. That's the thing. They've managed to just choose a genre and then make a superhero movie out of it. They've done heists with Ant-Man. You've got the
I mean,
space opera comedy.
And heist is not a superhero thing. Heist is stealing money. I mean, how's that a heroic thing? And yet they've made it into they've made it into a positive.
I feel like this is going to be because it's 90s. It's going to feel like a Top Gun era style movie with superheroes in it and a bit of the space thing.
But a bit of a wacky airplane movie.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be as spacey wacy as older Guardians or Thor Ragnarok and stuff like that. But I think it's going to fit nicely in there because it's all the elements we've seen. Some of the villains that we've seen before with Ronan and Korag.
Yeah.
So I for one cannot bloody wait. And then it's a month and a bit until Endgame, and I'm really excited.
The end of it all. Yeah.
The end is near.
Oh.
No. But
sexy Thanos. Sexy Thanos.
Oh, fun's not something one considers when balancing the universe. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. So cool. It's gonna kick off. DC, yeah. So we've
DC. Yeah. DC. Marvel segment over.
Come on then. Tell us what's happening over at the Arrowverse, Connor.
Well, it's dead. I mean, Arrow is dead. It basically, Stephen Amell went on Twitter yesterday or today, and basically said they're returning this fall for a 10-episode run of season 8, and Arrow is over. But not as opposed to the whole Arrowverse, because they did sort of say The Flash, Supergirl. They're even doing a Batwoman series as well. Legends of Tomorrow. They were all, apparently, as far as we all know, and they all know, it's still going. It's just Arrow, the originator, the one that kicked off the Arrowverse, is now finito. It's just been Thanos. It's just been gone.
Yeah, snap.
It's just been snapped. Yeah. Which, shame. Actually, well, to be fair, it's a shame, but it's not, because it did kind of drag out, and I've missed season 5.
I haven't watched it properly since season 3, because that show got boring. I liked it when it came out, and Matt has been a huge advocate for the Arrowverse, especially. Matt.
I see.
The guy that sometimes does this.
Yeah, that was Matt. Yeah, no, alright. Yeah. So he likes the Arrowverse. I like the Arrowverse. I like everything else. I like The Flash. I like Legends. Not too keen on Supergirl.
I love Legends Tomorrow. Supergirl's apparently meant to be
first season I was
They do a musical episode with The Flash, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's what I like about the Arrowverse stuff, is that it all
they still do different
in
things.
and out and crosses over with each other.
Yeah, I watched the cross.
Especially with the big when they do an event, don't they, between Legends, Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl. They do a thing where and they each have an episode in their respective series.
Because it's a way for them it's a way for them to watch each program. Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and I wish Marvel to do that more often
with their TV stuff,
which they might in Disney Plus. If it's going to happen, it will be with Disney Plus. But yeah, Arrow, because Matt was because I remember when it came out, and he was like, it's really good to start watching it, and he always used to buy the DVDs and stuff and get the box sets and watch them. But then, like, as it's gone on, even he's sort of been like, it's not as good as it used to be. But he's still, because it's one of them things, like, because the way we are, we will carry on watching something out of persistence till it ends.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. It feels like loyalty. It feels like loyalty. Like, especially with the stuff on his shelf, aka Doctor Who, you know.
Well, once you've started, you can't stop, can you?
No, you really can't.
I feel like that when I watch like a Netflix series, even if I don't like it, it's like, well, I've started it and I've watched the season. You might as well
bite the bullet and just
finish it. Yeah.
Let it go all throughout your body.
And DC, do you think any of the other Arrowverse shows are in danger?
Not that I know of, no. And I can't... No. Flash, no. Legends, no. I'm only saying Supergirl because I wasn't so keen on it. I mean, because that's
probably the weakest one left.
Yeah, but because it's like the newest, I can't see them turning around and being like, let's just get rid of it.
No.
If anything, it could be The Flash, because that's going on as well a bit, but not as bad as Arrow, obviously. But, like, to me, The Flash is why I watched it.
Yeah.
And in Legends, I liked, because it was people from Arrow and Flash in it.
Yeah.
Supergirl, I just wasn't too bothered about.
Yeah.
But
they're all consistently at a level. No,
but I think it's not obviously ending because they are doing Batwoman as well. But yeah, Batwoman
with Ruby Rose.
Yeah, that's in development.
I think that would be good. Yeah, because we've probably spoken about that. We do a lot of things on this show, and I don't remember all of them.
Too many.
Other DC related news coming out of the older Suicide Squad camp is that Will Smith has gone in
He's been snapped.
Yeah, he's been snapped up.
He's been snapped. He's been Thanos.
Because it's the Suicide Squad. It was originally a sequel, now reboot. Headed up by James Gunn, of Guardians of the Galaxy fame, which his brother Sean Gunn came out and said he's still doing. Sean Gunn said like he's still doing Guardians 3. So
they're using the script.
Yeah, they're still using the script. Yeah, I think they have to.
That's what I read. Yeah.
At least do James the justice of having his story with these characters, and
not like the Star Wars situation where it's like, this director does this film, and then
and then Rian Johnson paints him into a corner.
And then he comes back, like, nah, bullshit. Star Wars, I'm sorry.
But I did. Yeah. Quick note on Star Wars before we wrap up this newsy segment that I didn't want JJ to do them all.
No.
Because as much as it probably would have had more cohesion, like if he'd have done Last Jedi as well, I don't want that because. I think if it had gone the way it was meant to, which is have the director of Jurassic World, Colin Trevorrow, doing the episode 9. But I think they should have all had like a meeting of so like this is where my film ends, and then I have him go, this is what I'm going to do with this one. Because I think like as much as I love Last Jedi, it is sort of a bit of like, all this stuff you thought was important. Nope. And then it's like him literally, like the end of the movie is almost like Rian Johnson going, and this is where I'm leaving that. Good luck picking this up, JoJo.
But it's like as if Dwayne Johnson as The Rock walked in the movie and it doesn't matter what you think of this script. Goodbye.
Literally.
It doesn't matter.
Finally.
JJ comes back, does episode going, finally. Yeah.
Oh.
Wrestling flag, I had to get that in there.
Wrestling video coming soon with Connor. More ways than one.
Not my idea.
Apparently they're eyeing up Idris Elba to replace Will Smith as Deadshot.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But I mean, he's doing everything lately, though, isn't he?
Oh yeah, because he's doing
He's always in the buzz.
Fast and Furious spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw. I'll see that.
He's in Bond.
Well, he's probably going to be Bond. Yeah, but now it's apparently Cillian Murphy of Peaky Blinders fame. But he's too skinny.
He is.
It's like when they rumoured...
Funny-faced.
He's too...
No offence.
No, yeah. But it's like when they rumoured Tom Hiddleston. It's like he's not... Because he has to be like sort of stocky and like look powerful. He does, because he has to beat the crap out of everyone.
And then Loki in a suit doesn't do it for
him. And that's why I thought Tom Hardy would be more likely because he's that way built and would... More of the Daniel Craig-esque thing, because you can't be too... Sort of like slender and then be like, no, bang, dead.
Yeah, exactly. No.
But yeah.
But, okay.
When Suicide Squad eventually materialises, I'll see it because my feeling is going to be it's not going to be as bad as the original. And Jared Leto won't be in it. Like that's the only justice I have.
But would it be Joaquin
Phoenix?
Yeah,
I think
never pronounced his name.
I honestly think that film's going to be great and we're going to see that. But I think if that does as well as it looks like it will, because it looks so interesting, just so out there, and like it's pulled almost like from Burton's Batman, like that sort of darkness to it. I think that if they might just retroactively make him
the main Joker,
the Joker
sort of
in the
ignore
DCU,
Jared, and sort of pretend Jared Leto didn't happen.
Yeah, because that's what Flashpoint's
or
for.
retcon him, be like, so basically he was a lunatic who called himself the Joker, but he weren't the Joker. Or like in Gotham, you know.
Oh, they've got
watch Gotham.
the guy who's
Jerome and
who's the Joker,
yeah.
but they can't legally call him the Joker.
Yeah, who died, then came back. Sorry for people who haven't seen Gotham.
Someone else's face.
Yeah, someone who died and then comes back and then revealed to have a twin brother called Jemima, who is then meant to be the Joker, and then apparently there's meant to be like a third incarnation of the same actor who's going to be the Joker. That's how Gotham will end.
I gave up with Gotham. It's not my thing.
Gotham was alright.
It's too but by the time he actually grows up and becomes Batman, all the villains have
they've
already existed, already been fought. What's the point? Because those villains rise up normally in the comics and in the film. They rise up in response to him being Batman, and
they do. Yeah.
We could bitch about DC all night, but we have
Marvel fanboys like
better things to do. Anyway, so not really. Shazam in a month's time, April 5th.
April 5th.
So 2 days less than a month. Looking forward to. You're sceptical.
I don't know. I just got
because you've been hurt too many times by DC.
Yeah, DC have just given me no hope. That's just what it is. DC have given me no ounces.
It's not less.
No ounces.
On my world, it means hope.
Yeah, it's just
no.
Scheiße.
It's Scheiße von Lederhosen.
It's full of Lederhosen.
Yes. Shall we get on to the main thing? The reason why everyone is here in 7 seasons,
all the
7
boys
weeks.
and girls.
So
across the
across the 7 kingdoms,
the 7 seas as well.
We thought that in preparation for season 8, the final season of Game of Thrones, we would recap week by week each season. So I've been doing the rewatch. I went over season 1 last week. Connor, you weren't here, so let's get your brief rundown of your thoughts on season 1.
Season 1. What are you going to give me a time or just season 1?
Go on. Go. You have 10 minutes to just talk about
season 1. Well,
Susan 1.
Well, it starts off as the very first scene starts off as a love story, except it's not the typical saying of boy meets girl. It's sort of like girl meets boy, or girl meets creepy brother, who likes seeing her nude. I mean, that sort of sets the tone right away. I mean, that was like an unforgettable first scene. You just see her in a tub with her creepy ass brother, who I thought was her boyfriend or something. I don't know who the fuck he was.
She's not in a tub.
What?
It's not how Game of Thrones season 1 starts.
She walks in the bath and
she walks in the bath. Yeah, Daenerys. But that's not how it starts off with.
That's weird. It starts with her walking.
No, that's in the episode 1. But it starts off with
Where does it start? Then?
Starts off with Garrett, who's north of the wall. Because
Garrett.
Yeah,
Who's Garrett?
He's a member of the Night's Watch. The blonde one, because he sees the White Walkers when they're on hunting for wildlings, and then they first come back.
All right, after that scene,
and then he goes and becomes a deserter.
Right, yeah.
Then you cut to Winterfell, and then Ned Stark cuts his head off, and he takes Bran with him because he's not going to be a boy forever.
Oh right,
Man who passes a sentence should swing
I
the sword.
ignored all that. As soon as I saw the nudeness, I thought, "Yep, sign me up."
Well, Daenerys Targaryen, yeah, because
good old Emilia
Daenerys
Clarke.
and Viserys.
Good old Emilia
Viserys, yeah.
All right. Oh, well, that's my intro gone because I thought
Anyway,
it started with her being nude.
That is in episode 1.
But yeah, she gets nude. She's got a creepy pervy brother who one likes.
As she puts it, would let 1,000 men, let's say in a nicer way, have their way with her.
Yeah, because
if it does say the kingdom.
Yeah, scumbag. But what's there to say about him? He's just a scumbag.
Yeah.
Who gets his fate served? He gets justice served.
Yeah. Crown for a king.
Yeah,
Khal Drogo.
Crown for a king. Yeah, Aquaman himself is here to save
Jason, my mother.
Jason, my mother.
Jason, my mother.
Who starts off as a brooding, me, king, you, slave, you bitch.
Oh, there you go, there's number 4.
Basically, you, woman, me, man,
Me,
in
Tarzan,
charge.
you, Jane.
ooh, ooh, ah, ah. You know,
Dothraki.
in charge.
So
yeah.
good. It's a shame.
But then, yeah, like girl meets boy, they fall in love.
Well, no, she gets sold to him, and then she has to fall in love.
And then they fall in love. Yeah,
She does fall in love with him.
Like underline or bracket love.
Well, they do in the end because she gets.
Oh yeah, because then basically she finally has the guts to step up to her brother, and like
'Cause he
Drogo
hits
says
her,
he
doesn't
gets
he?
a crown for the king. Yeah, he does.
And then
slap
like
her
Drogo
around.
catches him.
Yeah, he does slap her around. That's what makes Drogo, Aquaman, be like, no touch woman. You know.
And then he like puts like literally like they hold him down.
A
It's when they
crown
break
for a
his
king.
arm, yeah. And he pours the molten gold over his head, and she says, you know, he's not a dragon because a dragon cannot be burnt.
Yeah, because I think that's what Varys means or something.
Well, that's apparently like because
The meaning of the name.
with the Targaryens they are unburned.
Yeah, because
That's why when she gets in the bath at the beginning of the season, she like, it's too hot, mate. It's too hot. Whatever they fucking call her. That's number 5. That's my fault. When she gets in, she's the unburnt.
Yeah, that's right.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow in the North.
Yeah, the North Wall.
So far, like on my rewatch, it's just been remembering characters because it's been
How far have you actually watched up to? Or like, what are you up to?
season 2. Like I finished it,
Yeah,
so I'm watching I start like on the Monday.
season 3.
So I'll watch the season before we record it on the Thursday. So then it's fresh in my mind.
Yeah,
So I've been doing that. So that's what you've got to do.
Somehow, one way or the other. Well, yeah, Matt's the answer. I'll just borrow his seasons.
There you have it.
I'll just do that. Yeah, all right.
Anyway, where are we? Yeah, so it was just like, oh, I remember this character because it's been ages since I've rewatched it. I'm like, you don't last long.
Spoil it. Yeah, it'd be like,
Even with spoiler alert. So,
I remember you.
how did you feel about Ned dying?
Fucking devastated.
That's
I mean,
I'm
who wasn't devastated? I mean, he was the
It was
reason why I
shocking
watched
because
it.
like he was all over the promotional tour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's Sean Bean's series, and then it's like
No more.
didn't even make it to the end of the season.
Heel turn because of the ultimate douchebag who is basically a
Yeah,
meme in
understand.
himself. But what? Heel turn? How's that a swear word?
You said douchebag.
How is douchebag a swear?
Right.
Comments, leave it in the comments below. Is douchebag a swear word? Because I've never heard of this malarkey. Really?
Right, we'll cut. Right, we'll keep
Fine,
it.
douche, douchebag.
No, stop doing that shit.
Oh,
That's
I'm
number
sorry.
7.
If it's a swear word, you might as well edit it all in. Douchebag.
Stop, Connor. Stop just saying the same word over and over again.
That's
I'm sick of
douchebag a
it.
swear.
Well, I thought it was.
Well, clearly you can't think.
Clearly, you need to stop just saying the same one over and over again.
Douchebag.
Stop. I will sack you.
Well, speaking
I'm
of
not afraid.
douchebags, yeah. Joffrey. What's her
that was a good segue.
What a little
Son of a bitch.
number 24. Little shizer he was.
That's better.
Oh,
Say it in German, they won't know what it means.
well, now you're giving it one.
Zut alors.
What a little puta. He's nothing more than
Joffrey. Horrible.
Joffrey.
Oh god, I forgot how much I hate him.
Oh yeah.
He's just horrible. He's a horrible little man.
Well, just looking at the actor's face, I just knew he was going to be a little shizer from the start. Before he even spoke and before he even had expression, I just looked at him and thought, "Yep, this guy's going to be an utter
Ignoramus.
muppet. He's going to be an utter muppet." And yeah, heel turn he is, and he kills the most
He'll turn to no one is surprised.
the most beloved character, Sean Bean.
Sir Ilan, bring me his head. And you think, hey, he's going to get out of this. And then when they swing the sword, you're like, oh, Sean Bean's dead. And Arya doesn't see. Sansa does.
Sansa,
and she's like, she's like, I'm going to marry Joffrey. And then it's like,
have my baby.
but then she actually, like, I think when like all the stuff happens with her dad, she does sort of set her on that path of like, she needs to,
woman up and like
she needs to grow up and learn who she can and cannot trust and have a plan and be able
and
to
learn that everyone's a snake.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Well, 99% of the people she's going to meet are going to try and screw her over.
Well, that's the
Especially
world of
Baelish.
Game of Thrones. That is the world of Game of Thrones. Everyone's a snake.
Well, as Cersei says, like, you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Yeah, literally.
Yes.
Quotes for days.
Mm.
But yeah, Sansa doesn't really do too much because she's basically her just walking around going, "Oh, I love Joffrey. He'll marry me. He'll have my babies."
As we all do, yeah.
We all, it's hashtag relatable. Especially for us guys.
Arya's wicked.
Hmm?
Arya's cool because she's like, she doesn't want to be a princess.
No, because she's basically a tomboy.
Yeah.
She's like...
Does her sword dancing training with Sario.
Oh, Sario!
He was so cool.
Oh, it's a me, Sario.
It was so sad when he went.
I know!
When like he's telling her to run, and then he just goes, "What do we say to the god of death?" And she's crying, but she's like, "Not today." Oh, so deep.
Sario.
I love John. The journey he goes on the wall because he like gets all he's ever wanted, and then when he gets there, he realizes
Because
it's
he's
not
like
that
the
good.
misfit. Yeah, because he's like
He's
the self-labeled
he's
misfit of the
bastard
family.
son of Ned Stark.
Yeah, the bastard.
Which Catelyn Stark hates him because it reminds her of the fact that he went to war and like
That
slept
Ned
with
had.
another woman.
Yeah. Which, he's relatable.
Mhm.
A girl...
Well, he would make you angry, but it's like he's still Ned's son, so you should be
somewhat grateful.
Well, you should like at least have some sort of like kindness towards him.
Yeah. Yeah, decency.
Yeah, ends up on the wall. Robb ends up as Lord of Winterfell when Ned's head's gone. Bran
Sits in the castle all day.
Bran gets because then he starts going to war, doesn't he? Marches on the Lannisters because he becomes the young wolf and and he becomes more like.
But I thought that was
battle-weary.
more season 2.
Yeah, we're getting into that. I'm just sort of like where we leave him off.
No, I'm just saying Rob doesn't really do much season 1 because I remember
He
he
marches
castle.
towards the phrase. That's what because
He
he
does,
thinks that he can get there in time, which is when he makes an arrangement, which will come into play later.
Bracket arrangement. Yeah.
You know that he'll marry when the fighting's done one of Walder Frey's daughters because he has to get the bridge. No, that's what happens in season 1. That's the arrangement he makes. But later down the line, comes back to stab him in the back.
Yeah.
Remember?
Leave it.
That's
I do
the
remember.
whole reason why.
Oh, well, I know. Yeah,
Yep,
but I
cool.
thought you said too much. Really.
Well, no, but that's the arrangement. It's coming. People who are watching this know the seasons and know what happens.
Okay, but I'm only defending people who haven't because not
What if you
everyone's going
haven't?
to watch
What are
it.
you doing?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
guys.
so he makes that arrangement as he's marching. That's when he finds out that his dad's dead, and that sends him on a path of like defeating the Lannister things that will come into play in a second when we talk about season 2. Bran's crippled because he saw Cersei and Jaime.
Because that's how the
having
first
a bit
episode. The first episode ends. Yeah, and that's got me hooked. That moment,
because it's
I was
like,
like,
oh my god, he's just pushed a child out of the window.
what?
The things I do for love.
Yeah. Oh.
And then they try and kill Bran in his sleep with Tyrion's dagger, which is how they accuse Tyrion of, even though it was stolen from Tyrion.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was,
Because
yeah.
who was Dagger? Yeah.
It was originally Baelish's that
Littlefinger.
yeah, Littlefinger had it, and then Tyrion won it,
Freaking character he was.
and then someone I don't remember who took it off him.
Is Littlefinger still alive?
What at the end of season 7?
Yeah.
I can't disclose that information one way
Okay.
or the other
No.
in this video.
Alright. No, he's okay. No. All right. So let me
I'll-
just round it out. Is most of the people still alive?
I think I can say to you that if they've got a character poster on Instagram, then they're still alive.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well.
If they haven't, then I'm afraid they're not alive anymore.
All right. Well,
Sean Bean definitely doesn't have one. Yeah. Pour one out for your Shawnees. There's not a lot else that really happens, is there? Because
No, that's the thing. Season 1 is like the political.
it's the pollination of like these threads that
Most-
will all come back later. You
Like-
meet Greyjoy, like Theon
Theon.
talks about his family, but you don't see him until season 2 because he was taken.
And that's when he's. Well, no, season 3 is when the
do
fans start.
you love me, Reek? You didn't know I could do a Ramsay, did you?
Well, it's not. You can't do.
No.
Yeah, love me.
Do you love me? Yes, yes, my lord.
Oh.
That's great, Reek. Do you love me? I'm going to make sure that I give you a big dog to sit in your cell and watch over you as you sleep, Reek.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, yes, my lord. Did you know that every Kellogg's Frosty's Flake starts its life as a grain of corn? Grown in a farmer's field, it's nice and sunny.
Who says that? You're making
No, this
out.
isn't Jon Snow
Yeah,
reading Frosty. Have you seen that Schaefer Bates video when he does that?
No, clearly not. That's what episode is this? They talk about Kellogg's
Our
Frosties.
brothers of the Night's Watch, little Ollie, or Sam.
Samuel.
I laid with a wildling girl.
Samuel Tarley.
Laid with a wildling girl, my ginger girlfriend, she dumped me.
She dumped me.
I think the appendage between the one's legs should not determine who rules the kingdoms of Westeros.
Ah, but we're talking too much
Santa.
ahead. We're talking too much ahead.
Santa,
That's next week.
unlimited rice pudding, lots of jam, and a simple squirt of syrup. All Knights of the Vale. It's Littlefinger. Davos, Seaworth, mineral water.
Ah, we're talking ahead.
I love Davos. Oh yeah,
Going
so
forward in
season
time.
1. Anyway, round up
yeah.
season 1. Let's talk about season 2.
What can I say about season 1? Yeah, great. Everyone's a muppet. You can't trust no one. Cersei is just a scheming,
Biatch.
quotable biatch. Yeah. Jamie is just a. Jamie doesn't really do much.
A girl lies. Many-faced God. Jacques.
And in
Jacques and
Tyrion,
Hagar.
I love Tyrion. The only Tyrion's introduction was great because he was with women.
Yeah, he was in the whore. Do you not
Yeah.
know the meaning of a closed door in a whorehouse, brother?
Yeah.
You can say that because it's a quote.
Anyway.
Oh no, I love what he says. You know when he gets because Bronn is one of my favourite characters.
Yeah.
And
Sir Bronn. Yeah.
It's you know when he fights because he fights for Tyrion because he's like one of the
Yeah.
he's one of the sellswords.
Yes.
And then like, he
Yeah.
fights for Tyrion like through the moon door like, and then throws him through it like after he stabs him, and it's just it's when Lisa Arryn, Catelyn's sister, goes,
Yeah,
"You did not
it's-
fight with honour," and he just
Oh,
goes,
that's right.
"No,
Oh.
but he did." It's
Yeah,
like
that's
yes,
right.
Bronn
It
is
is.
wicked, and especially like him and Tyrion like throughout, especially season 2. That's like is it builds and
It's a
then
bromance.
yeah, and then he goes in like because then he like hooks up with Jamie and stuff like that, and then it's like them
It's
sort of three. Like later on, like he's with Jamie. Like there's
Oh, when you said hook up, I literally thought
no,
you
not
meant
like in a romantic way. Like they
oh,
team up.
good.
I think it's season 4. Like they go on a thing.
Sir Bronn and Jamie, or Tyrion and Jamie.
Bronn and Jamie, like because
Oh,
they
right.
go on an excursion together, and like it's just.
See, this is all gobbledygook to me now because I haven't seen past season 3, but yeah.
No, I nearly said so
that's
many
way
spoilers.
ahead.
I nearly said so
No,
many
don't worry,
spoilers,
don't worry. No, George, literally, I'll watch the recaps. Or if Matt can somehow donate me the seasons, and yeah, that'd be
but-
great.
Can you lend me the season? He probably will.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, what would you give it? I'd give it a 9. Strong 9. It's one of my. It's one of the favourites. It's not my
9.5.
favourite.
It's not your favourite.
No, my favourite season is season 3/6. It's up
Slash 6. Okay. Well, so
Because-
see what?
there. Just because of what? Oh, you don't even know what happens in 6. It's so
No, I don't know nothing. I know
You-
nothing.
good. You know nothing.
I am the actual.
You know nothing, Connoressa.
I am the actual definition of chumps. No.
Alright, shall we get on to season 2?
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, please.
Come on,
Alright.
Connor. Season 2, hit us with it. What's happening? Where are we at?
Well, we didn't even mention the main plot of series 1 because of the king, Robert Baratheon. We
Well,
didn't
that was in the
mention
last
Rob.
video. Rob's dead.
Oh.
Robert Baratheon's dead. And that's
No,
why.
because I was going to leave. My segue was going to be because the next power players in his family step up. You know.
Okay, so with
Yeah.
the death of Robert in season 1 and Joffrey being named king, even though it was meant for Ned to be protector of the realm before he
After
was
the
killed
hill-
off and
the-
accused of
the
being a
hill
traitor,
turn- the hill turn.
we started the War of the Five Kings. As they
Yes.
say in season 2. Everyone's a king now. Like, they're
Yeah,
just
they do,
popping up
yeah.
everywhere.
Which is true because you have Renly Baratheon,
Oh, I love Renly. I really missed Renly.
who is with Marjorie Tyrell or Natalie
Yeah.
Dormer.
I completely forgot that they were married. Like, because when
In
he
the
goes like,
season.
my wife, like Marjorie, I was like, oh yeah, he got married to Marjorie because he was having sex with her brother because he was gay.
Complex
Because
storylines.
you see a bit of that in season 1 after the joust, didn't you?
You do, yeah.
You see more of it because
Yeah,
there's a joke of like because she says like the only way to put any doubters to rest is to for us to have a baby, and then like they're about to do it, and then he
Yeah,
goes,
and then he
and she
goes,
goes, oh, would you like my brother to come in and get you started or something like that?
Yeah, I remember
So
that
she's
scene.
it's like let's not like play fools. Let's just let's be real with each other basically because she
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
Tyrells are like the
Marjorie.
third richest
Family.
family.
Because it's the Lannisters, number 1, aren't they?
Yeah.
Lannisters, and then I guess Starks. No.
No, Starks are quite poor in relation to. I would say it would be like something like the Martells or something.
Martells.
Oh, you're not there yet.
Martells. Oberyn Martell.
Yeah.
But who's Oberyn? I know that name. Is he in
Oh, you'll
season
know.
3?
He's in season 4.
Oh, how do I know the name? I don't know. Oh.
Probably because something really graphic happens in a scene involving him. But anyway,
Ah, the hell. Yeah, alright.
yes.
I'm annoyed at myself. What we're going? Yeah. So
he's talking about Renly.
Yeah, so Renly. Then you have.
He's more popular than his brother Stannis because
He's the major.
Because Robert's the oldest, then Stannis, then Renly, and they always made a joke about Renly not being battle ready and too nice.
He's like. Ooh,
but then because he's so likable, but because he's so likable anyway, like he has loads of bannermen and loads he's got the biggest army.
He has. Yeah. He's like. Yeah.
Go on, what about Stannis?
Well, I say he was the major villain.
He is the first. He's it's his birthright because he's the older brother.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's like the main power player and biggest character in my eyes of the season because of his partner, who he gets paired up with,
Melisandre,
who I really want to find out her ultimate end game.
Oh, you will. There is some big end games.
Yeah, some Thanos in there, some snapping.
No, it's worse than that. Yeah,
worse.
Melisandre, the Red Woman, accused of
the Lord of Light.
Yeah, witchcraft. She follows the Lord of Light as opposed to the old gods.
Yeah.
It starts with because she's converting him to believing in the Lord of Light that it will choose him and he will. Because she believes through her God that there is the prince that was promised.
Yeah, who will rule the Seven Kingdoms.
Who will rule the Seven Kingdoms, and that's why she backs him. He's got Davos Seaworth, the Onion Knight, in his cool.
What character he is.
I love Davos, especially where he gets to, where he's at now.
Oh, stop teasing me!
Or is he? Or is he still alive?
No, Drew!
He's so ambiguous, I love it. No, but I really love Davos, especially in this season, because he is the conscience of Stannis, because Stannis is very sort of a battle general. His character.
Sorry, just to cut you off.
Yeah,
he sort of has a normal character background. He is a character at the beginning, but then as soon as he gets influenced by Melisandre and they basically get it on the first time, he then sort of loses himself and he becomes a bit, like you say, battle driven. He then doesn't have any moral, and he's like, right.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have moral compass and
he is battle driven.
He is that, isn't he? That's because he's they talk about him being hardened warrior in season 1, and that's the thing that Renly didn't have, but also Stannis didn't have the likability of Renly, so it was lesser of two evils, really, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, exactly. Where's the Baratheons, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But he talks about Melisandre, the Red Woman, and he's never had a son, and she says I will give you a son.
Yeah.
And obviously, then they get it on the battle table because they're in Dragonstone, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's where.
Dragonstone. Yeah.
That's where they are on, and they get it on, and then she is suddenly pregnant within not that long,
minutes.
And then her and Davos go to this cave, and then she just gives birth to the demon.
Satan himself.
Well, no, it's a shadow, isn't it? It's the living shadow thing.
It's a Kingdom Hearts Heartless.
As Brienne says, the shadow with the face of Stannis Baratheon. Because, I believe we've got Brienne of Tarth. She joined Renly's Kingsguard because she... and
she gets paired with...
Catelyn Stark.
Catelyn, that's it, yeah.
Because she goes down... Catelyn goes down to broker a peace for Robb. Because Robb says, I don't want the Iron Throne, I just want, justice.
Peace and justice, yeah.
And if he backs it, so then that leads to, as you think, an agreement between... the Starks joining forces with the Baratheons, on Renly's side. But then that's all cut short because the demon that was summoned by Melisandre and Stannis kills Renly.
Hey!
Literally, and then Brienne loses her stuff because she really cared about Renly. Not in a loving way, but she just really was sort of devoted. She
loyal to him.
Yeah, she was he's
he's the one. He's the one.
He's my king.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing. Yeah, so then they go on the run because no one will believe that it was a demon that did that.
But then she gets paired up with Jaime Lannister in the meantime because doesn't he get arrested at the end of the first season?
Yeah, at the end of the first season, yeah. So so we go to Robb, who's 3 battles and he's won them all because his tactics at the end of season 1.
He's starting to get a reputation now as being the king of the North and
because all the Northerners have rallied behind him.
Yeah.
He it's the trickery in the first season, isn't it? Because he's got 20,000 men. He tells the Lannister spy, we've got 20,000 men marching south to see if Tywin Lannister shits gold. So
that.
And then,
I remember all of this.
And then, that battle, but there was only 2,000 men because he sent the other 18,000 to River Run, where Jaime was, who was attacking the Tullys, wasn't it? mother's family.
Yes.
So that's when they capture Jamie and they've still got him. And he says he takes Jamie from camp to camp as they move like further south, like defeating enemies and sort of claiming more land.
He's like their trophy.
And
a little bit.
Well, no, because he says because Jamie says, "Oh, you don't trust your bannermen," and he goes, "I trust them with my life. I just don't trust them with yours. Because if I leave you up in a keep somewhere,
God knows what you'll do to them.
Whoever's guarding you will receive a letter from your father. You promise to be rich beyond your wildest dreams, and who's going to resist that?"
True.
So he's very smart. Keeps him in, like, always builds him a pen and like keeps him like locked in. Briefly escapes, but they manage to capture him because he sends like people out to find him. But then Catelyn, because the whole thing is it's a standoff between the Lannisters and the Starks, because the Starks have...
Well, that's the main conflict of the show, since the beginning.
Because they went down there with Ned, like they've still got... Well, they think they've got Arya and Sansa, but Arya runs off.
Yeah.
Because that's because so they're using that as a bargaining thing of like, we'll exchange them for them. So that's where they keep him alive.
Because I remember in a lot of Rob's scenes, that's all it is he keeps talking about Arya and Sansa.
Yeah,
they all believe that they're at Winterfell.
No, they believe they're at King's Landing, because Winterfell's the north, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But Sansa's still there because she's obviously betrothed to Joffrey. But Arya manages to escape after the death of Ned. She's on the run with Gendry and the men without banners because they're taking them to the wall. And they've got, obviously they're hunting Gendry because they get word of, because Ned found out about all of the bastard children, like all of Robert's bastard children. Yeah, that's why the original hand died, because
Jon Arryn.
Spoilers, Jon Arryn found out that his kids with Cersei are not his kids, they're the kids between Cersei and Jaime, so they're not
incest.
Yeah, not rightful rulers, so that's why, he sent word to Stannis that this is actually your birthright, because they're not actually blah blah blah, and Gendry is the closest to a living heir
of the throne,
because he's the oldest and the bastard son, so they go around, they're hunting all of his bastard children, killing them all. But Gendry escapes with Arya because they're on the run going to the wall. Kingsguard do try and find them, but to no avail until they're pillaged by some of the Kingsguard and taken prisoner in Harrenhal.
Yeah,
something like that, because they're trying to...
So many bells.
Because they're trying to... I'm literally trying to remember as many details as I can.
No, you're doing bloody well.
That's why I've tried to keep it fresh. So they've got them in Harrenhal, taking them out one by one, questioning them about... What is it? Because there's something that they're questioning about, and I've forgotten what it is. It's like either a supply thing or like something that they're doing, and they like torture them by putting a bucket with a rat in it on their chest and heating it so that then the rat eats its way through to save itself. And just when they take for it to happen to Gendry, that's when Tywin rides in and stops it.
That's right.
Gets them all working because
that's
when he makes Arya his cupbearer.
Because Arya's with Tywin. I forgot that.
That was a good dynamic. I like
it was
that. Because
she was directly under siege by the villains, and she was
right there, and they didn't know.
No.
And that's when she meets the assassin, the faceless assassin, Jaqen and Hagar.
That's right.
The girl lies, because they were prisoners that they were taking with them, with the men without banners, and then she sets them free when they get attacked by the Kingsguard, and then Jaqen takes this armor of one of them, so it looks like he's on the Lannister side, and because he says that you took three deaths from the nameless god, from the faceless god, I must repay them. So give me 3 names and I will kill them.
That's right.
And he gets the torturer. Then there's.
She say torturer.
And then there's when she steals a note because she's working closely with Tywin, and she's very clever, and there's bits where Tywin's like, you're too smart for your own good, and like he's like, I'm fond of you, because like they have such like weird witty conversation like that you wouldn't really expect, and they're talking about like their family, and she's obviously lying because if he found out that she was Arya Stark, he'd be like, catch her, we'll use you to bargain. For my son's life.
That's with most of the. That's just his character description. When he talks to even Tyrion and Cersei, like he looks down at them, and like he He's
he looks down at...
he doesn't respect them the way he respects Arya though, because like with Arya, he actually does.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't really respect his own children because he knows
No.
what's happening with Jaime and Cersei, and Tyrion he's always looked down on because he's an imp
he's
that
the
was
dwarf
that they used as the blame for his wife's death because she died giving birth to him. So they all apart from Jaime resent him for that.
Yeah,
that's that thing. But I love Tywin and Arya, like the way they talk and the way they like exchange banter. It's like he's intellectually like he's met his match with her, but he just doesn't know who she is.
And that's the weird dynamic that works.
She steals a note to read about what he plans because he's sort of panicking about Rob because like
his word gets around.
Because as word spreads and as he still isn't defeated.
Yeah,
that just builds.
It's like crap yourself.
Yeah, and because he's young. Yeah. Like he's learning and like he's got a respect for him. But that what he plans to do is like ride early to go and sort of catch him by surprise and then just like take out as much of their force as they can. She's reading the note and then goes to return it to his study, gets caught by one of the guards. She manages to evade. He's running back to tell Tywin, and that's when she finds Jack and Hagar and says his name. And say no, you've got to do it now. And he's like, you can't just tell me whatever. It's like he's about to tell Tywin like this or what I've done. You have to do it now. So literally, he gets to the door, opens the door, and then there's a poison dart in it and just falls over.
I remember that. Yeah.
Then for the third name, she says she names Jaqen himself. He's like, you can't name me. Unname me. And she says, no, only if you help me and my friends escape. And he said, yeah, that would be like even without a deal. And like he helps them escape from Harrenhal, like her, Gendry, and Hot Pie, because they believe that Gendry's dead because one of the boys that was carrying Gendry's helmet gets killed on the siege between the Kingsguard and that because he had an arrow in his leg and they're like, help me get up, but he just soldiers just stabbed him through the neck.
I thought her and Tywin, like her being at Tywin's camp, I thought that was only like 2 or 3 episodes. You're making it sound like as if it was most of the season.
It was about half of the season, I think.
But then, because then they end
if
up,
not more,
like, they end up wandering, like say, in the woods, in the wilderness, until they find the lost boys, fucking Neverland. They end up finding other people, don't they? Like,
I think so.
Off their own accord. Like they're not with anyone. They're just like settlers. You know, it's like a little tiny village or whatever, like a little tiny.
I think so, something like that. Because you don't really, because
But they're not there for long.
He gives her the coin.
Yeah.
Jack and Hagar gives her the coin and says, if ever you need to find me again, give this to someone from Davos and just say these words. Valar Morghulis.
Valar Morghulis, yeah.
Which you don't know if she's used the coin yet, do you?
Well, probably not, no.
No.
But Valar Morghulis.
She might have used that coin already. By the time you get further down the line. I love Jack and Hagar. He's such a good supporting character, and that's how her sort of arc for the season ends. Gendry's still alive, even though they believed him dead, so they think that's fine.
But then, is it with Gendry? Is it season 3 where Melisandre and him do things, or is this the end of?
I think Melisandre knows of Gendry. And sees it as a threat to Stannis, I think, but that's just getting my head. I don't remember that.
3.
Because season 3 is when Gendry disappears.
Oh.
Because then he has to escape. Because I think he gets found out. But we're not going to talk about that.
No. That's what I'm asking.
I think that's how it is. I think because he isn't seen again until
the end.
No, not season 8. He's back in season 7. But
wait, what? So he's in season 3. He runs away, disappears, and then he isn't seen till
season 7 when he comes back. And it's a hell of a return, because
I bet it is.
Because everyone was
he's gone.
Because the whole thing of Fury was a Gendry, and then you see, because you always knew Gendry was going to be a big part, but when you see him, what he does in season 7, it is
epic.
Oh yeah, because you saw him
stuff
in the season 8 trailer, which we'll talk about briefly.
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah. Which is weird for you because you don't know how any of them get there.
Goddamn Gendry, yeah.
I love Gendry. Especially when he comes back, he is great, super strong. Just like his father.
But then, so what?
Rob won the battles. Catelyn decided to get Brienne to take Jaime to King's Landing.
Yeah.
In exchange for the girls because she believes that needs to be done, which Rob wasn't very happy about.
Rob sort of behind his back.
Rob starts breaking his vow to Walder Frey, which we said will come back to bite him in the
David
arse.
Bradley, the first Doctor. The original, you might say.
Which, like, we won't find out how the repercussions until season 3, but
Until
he marries.
stage into next week.
Was it like Talia or something? Like the girl he marries.
Oh, you're so loyal with the names. You really would just.
Well, I just try because it's like if I kept going, because most of the time my brain's like, that one that looks like that, but it's like I can't because everyone would just be really confused. Because he falls in love with I want to say nurse, but she's not.
No.
But that's basically what she is, but that's not.
She is a nurse, yeah, I just can't think of her name. She's a nurse, and she isn't part of a house. She's just a commoner.
She's from somewhere else. OSHA.
OSHA?
No, it's not OSHA. OSHA's the... OSHA's the wildling that gets captured.
That's right.
I should be good at this, shouldn't I? But, King's Landing, Dragonstone, Iron Islands, no, where are we looking?
You're doing bloody well, mate. Considering
The Riverlands, here we go.
I didn't remember it, but you're doing bloody well.
Caster, Bruce Bolton, Talissa McGear.
Oh, well, they weren't Talissa. Not part of N-Dubs.
And she's like, she is... She's working on the battlefield. She's from Volantis. You're a long way from home, and like helps her, and you can tell he fancies her, and then ends with them.
All casually flirt, and then
and then it ends with them getting married at the finale of season 2. Like that's how Rob's thing ends. So he's broken his vow
to Walder Frey,
even though like he needed it to do the bridge, but then he never used the bridge crossing and never got to his dad in time. So he just
didn't really matter anyway. Yeah.
So he's happy. Catelyn's trying to get her daughters back, so has sent Brienne to take Jaime home, which will be the best road trip buddy cop thing of season 3 because them two together.
They were funny. I remember them two in season 3.
They were so good.
They got up to
They were so bloody good together.
But then we haven't touched upon season Jon Snow and then Daenerys.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. Daenerys. After Khal Drogo dying, makes her way to...
We didn't even mention the dragons.
Oh yeah, well the dragons are there. We'll mention that right now. Daenerys' story, because we've got like 2 more things. We've got to do Daenerys' story, and then Jon Snow, and then what happens at Winterfell.
Oh yeah.
With Theon. Daenerys makes her way to Karth, which is the only city within miles after, it burnt down, the dragons got hatched, so she's now looking after them. The city of Karth is very rich because they're like big walls and they only let a certain standard of people in.
It's like a desert place, isn't it? It's very bright and very colourful.
She gets like 3 people to ride off in different directions to find somewhere for the people before they starve. End up in Karth. The guy who's the richest man in Karth wants to marry her. Her dragons get stolen by the weird bald one that is the illusionist.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but yes, he's like a magic bloke. Yeah,
one of the members of the 13 people that decide, almost like the council that decide what happens where in
Organisation 13.
Agent 13.
Agent 13.
And when she rejects that, the dragons are stolen, so she has got to get them back. She's also trying to, she wants to find a way. Like she needs a place for her people to be safe, and then also build up and get an army because she still wants to cross the narrow sea and take back Westeros.
Because she needs to find ship and set sail. And,
because
she's in. Well, she's not even part of Westeros, is she? Because she's like
not yet
out.
Well, she's across the narrow sea, isn't she?
Because they don't really name the other places. It's just Westeros, and you got the narrow.
She was in Vias Dothrak, which is where the Dothraki camp was, until it burned down. I don't remember. Essos. There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Essos. I knew. Yeah, I was going to say Essex, but it ain't quite Essex.
So the dragons are growing, developing, get stolen. She steals them back, kills that member of the 13, and then pillages for all the gold and jewels. So then they've got money. Where that will take them in season 3, because she doesn't really have a lot to do Daenerys this season.
She really in season 2.
But then she had a lot in season 1 where she was like.
It kind of balances out.
Yeah.
Because it's like where we just said about Rob not doing nothing in season 1. That's when this is kind of his beginning of his arc.
Rob's season.
This is the beginning of his arc.
This is very much. I'd say one of the most screen time is Rob in this season.
Yeah. Even Tyrion.
Yes, because Tyrion. Oh yeah, So is that all we can say about Daenerys?
Briefly, yeah, because she. I think we basically the people that
she spends the whole
she's
season in
with.
half, really.
Yeah, it's like obviously they start off. They want to help. All right, they steal her dragons. Obviously, they sort of turn into.
Teaches her not to trust people.
Yeah, see, play the Game of Thrones. You win when you die. She almost does die. Stuff happens.
She gets new clothes. She gets gold,
bad.
and she's on the way to buy some ships.
So does she strip again or no?
No, that's not in.
See, I'm just imagining that.
No, not in season 2. She's not.
But she, like you say, she gets new garbs. So she does it, but off camera.
Yeah, exactly. Back across the sea to Westeros. Yeah, so briefly mentioned with Joffrey and back at King's Landing that so Stannis was obviously marching to take him back because after Renly dies, he gets all of the Bannermen his Bannermen join him.
Yeah.
Launches the attack, but they find out Cersei's been making dragonfire, which is what the Mad King used as an attack, and as a
wildfire.
Yeah.
I thought.
Wildfire.
I thought he said dragonfire.
Oh, did I? Wildfire is what I meant.
Yeah, green stuff.
Yeah, and they send out, so they get attacked from one of the gates by one of their ships, and
they get decimated.
And they send out one ship full of wildfire, and it blows up. It literally destroys all the ships, but Stannis' forces are advancing on the gate, nearly get in. They all fight. Tyrion leads the battle because Joffrey is meant to be out there to say if you're not fighting with them, why should they fight for you?
Yeah.
But he cowers away and goes back to his room because Cersei wants to keep him safe, which is stupid. So Tyrion leads it. Does one of the best speeches.
It's just a mummy keeping his son safe.
Tyrion does one of the best speeches. I love that speech. And then it ends with "There's people knocking at the door. Let's go kill them." And then he gets the scar, which is changed from the books because his nose gets cut off, but then he just got the big scar.
The scar.
But he fought bravely, and Varys says in history you won't be remembered, but we will never forget what you did, because without him, there was.
But did you say Varys?
Yeah, Varys says it.
We haven't even mentioned Varys yet, haven't we?
Varys doesn't really do a lot apart from spy on people, and he serves the realm, so he goes where he thinks the plot needs him.
We don't. Yeah.
They're in the throne room, aren't they? And they're the doors are bashing down, and in rides Tywin, who's ridden down after Harrenhal and saved them with the help of the Tyrells after the now deceased Renly, because they think that Brienne killed.
Brienne.
They think that Brienne and Stannis plotted and killed Renly, and that's turned them against them. So then they join with Lannister and agree that Joffrey will now marry Marjorie Tyrell.
That's right.
Leaving Sansa in the
dust. It's
dust.
all politics. It is all just politics. It's like Brexit.
It's really interesting politics.
It's Brexit, but
interesting.
But interesting, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that happens. Then sworn to them. So then that brings them on side, gives things happen.
Yeah, so many things happen.
Yeah, so because all hope seemed lost, but everything works out for them, so they're all right their end. Jon Snow, the wall. Now one of the range, so they've gone. They're doing an expedition north of the wall, looking because obviously they're trying to control the wildlings.
Is that when he gets inducted into the Night's Watch, or is that still season 1?
That was season 1. When he took his vows, and then so this is his first main thing is going north because he's already saved Jorah Mormont from the first White Walker, kills him with and then gets Longclaw out of it because then he changes the thing, gives it to him.
Jon Snow, what does he do?
Yeah, they go to Craster's Keep, don't they? The man who marries his daughters.
He doesn't meet Ygritte.
He does. Towards the end,
yeah.
Meets Craster at Craster's Keep, who's the man who has wives, then marries his wives, has more wives. They give birth to more daughters, keeps marrying them.
Yeah.
John finds out because John says what does he do with the sons? If he marries his daughters, and he finds out one of the sons, Craster takes into the woods and slits his throat. And that makes John angry, and then that's how they get kicked out of Craster's Keep because John was sticking his nose in where he shouldn't. That's when Sam meets Gilly, one of the wives' daughters.
Samuel Tarly.
It's one of the wives/daughters.
Yeah.
And falls in love with her, gives him one of the last things his mother gave him before he was forced to join the Night's Watch. And she says, I can't take that. He's like, no, just look after that for me, and for when I return. And he falls in love, and there's bits when they're walking further up north, and sounds like Gilly would love it here. And it's one of them says, I forgot what his name is, but he goes, nothing worse than a man in love. Makes me sick.
Yeah, because there's two blokes that he don't. Yeah, I remember that.
I know the names vaguely, but I can't be asked to find them out.
No.
But yeah, they're funny because like we said, John ends up they ambush a group of wildlings, kill them all apart from Egret.
Yeah.
Jon Snow's wife in real life, played by Rose Leslie.
You know nothing.
Jon Snow.
Wait, so are they married now?
Yeah, they got married. Because that's why they had the production break on season 8. Because they got married.
Because I just heard they were together and then they split and then together and split or whatever.
No, they got married.
They got married.
They got married. Yes. Joy to the world. He's sentenced to kill her. They go on without him, and he misses. She runs off, and then he captures her by like sliding down the hill and rugby tackling her. Takes like her prisoner to try and find a way out. But then he gets ambushed by the wildling forces, and they take him prisoner as well as the lead ranger. I forgot what his name is, but in order for Jon to infiltrate the wildlings, he gets Jon to kill him, so the wildlings will trust him. And then gets inducted into the wildlings, which he does
with Mance Rayder.
With Mance Rayder, the king beyond the wall, because there's always another bloody king.
Yeah. So many kings.
And that's going to play a big part in
So
season
we'll have
3.
the swear count, so can we have like a king and queen counter of this?
I'm not editing that.
No?
I'll just put like... We'll do it. I don't care. I'm not doing it again.
The king counter.
The swear count was only last episode. I'm not doing it again. Yeah, so that's how his season story ends. Like, finds out, like, gets inducted into the wildlings to sort of like spy and see what happens, how many numbers they have.
Yeah.
Because that's going to play a big part in season 3. Sam gets like because the rest of them that have survived, like the big snowstorm comes and it ends with Sam. Like the whole season ends with Sam hiding behind a rock. Sees not the Night King, but one of the ones on the horses. Like sending a horde of like the army's pretty big at the moment, but it's a lot bigger by the time season 7 rolls around. Like there's thousands of them like that you see marching through the snowstorm. He's on like a zombie horse and that's how that shot ends. And then we've just got old Theon Greyjoy who gets sent home. Do you love me, Reek? But he's not Reek yet. That's next season.
That's next season.
Rob.
He hasn't changed gimmick yet.
Rob sends him home to Pike to negotiate with his dad, Balon Greyjoy,
to get them
to join to join the Stark forces. But they rebelled because they
had a war with the Starks originally, didn't they?
Because they were rebelling. They were rebelling against the king, which was Rob, and then Ned was obviously there. So then the Starks defeated him and took Theon as his ward. But you know,
so
not by choice, but like Balon literally like gave him up, like sent him there. So he's been raised as a Stark, and then betrays him when he decides that he wants to impress his father, and he needs to sort of like
does
claim.
Another semi-heel turn.
Does his claim to like because he wants to claim of the Iron Islands because that he's the heir apparent because while he's not the oldest, he's the only surviving son because the sons died in the rebellion, but his dad and his sister Yara don't really have as much to do because he's been raised by Starks, they don't really see him as one of their own.
One of the Greyjoys,
and because Yara's gonna be like the dad wants Yara to be like the heir because she's older, but you're a woman. It's like that's what the internet says now.
No, but the way they get introduced is funny because he tries to like get with her.
Because he gets off of her, but then he goes, "Why didn't you tell me that was you? Because last time I saw you, you looked like a chubby boy," or something like that. But like he basically gets off his sister without knowing it. And then so he gets sent to take back Winterfell by his father while because the Ironborn, they take what they want when they need it. That's their whole attitude. And Yara's sent off to something else to get because they've got the ships because that's what Rob wants to attack by sea and join the fort. That's why he was sent down there before he turned his back on him. So Theon takes Winterfell with not very many men.
No, but he does it quite easily.
Gets Bran to yield Winterfell to him so that it's under his command. Which
stupid boy.
He does it all out of because there's one because the his own people don't respect him because he must have been gone so long and he doesn't actually really done anything.
No,
but there's this one that has I don't remember what his name is, but he's basically like a voice in his ear saying like do this, do that, blah blah blah, and then gets them to yield. Kills Roderick Castle, the leader of like
Yeah, Roderick.
basically the King's Guard of Winterfell, like the
Yeah, the
personal
main
army
guy.
for him.
Yeah, the main guy.
Beheads him because
Yeah.
he disrespects him because he still, even though he's old, still fought loads of them off and said like spits in his face and that. And he was just going to lock him up, but it's like the guy, forget his name, whispering in his ear, going, "No, you've got to. They'll never respect you if you don't punish him." So then he goes to behead him, like, and it's a botched beheading because it's not an execution sword; it's just a normal one. Takes him a few goes and then kicks the head off.
Yeah,
It's like the sweetest moment though, because Bran's like makes Bran go out and announce that he's yielded to protect to the people of Winterfell, even though they're saying they won't, they'll still fight you, blah blah blah. But like Bran and Rickon, like the only two Stark children left, like they're crying because obviously it's Roderick, like they've grown up with him, and it's just when Roderick goes, "Hush now, boy, I'm off to see your father," and then he deserved a
just
quick
like how season 1 ends.
Yeah, he deserved a quick death, not a botched beheading. And then they try and go on the run because Maester Lewin, like because every stronghold like has a maester. They're basically like doctor slash
magician. Oh, not magician.
Doctor slash like
a Doctor Strange.
Yeah, sort of thing. Yeah, we'll call him that.
A Doctor Strange
sends a note to Rob like to let him know what's happened. And that's why Rob debates marching back home, but he can't because he'll lose all the momentum he's gained by taking parts of the south. So he gets Rob, Rickon, Hodor, because obviously Bran can't walk, and Osha, the wildling they captured in season 1. He says like they escape, like run away, go to a farm, and Theon's panicking because obviously he needs them as bargaining. Plus, they're the rightful heirs to Winterfell, so he needs them like in his custody, otherwise it sort of buggers him up. He takes 2 orphan boys and burns them, pretends that they're Rickon and Bran and hangs them, saying like they're dead and that. So as far as everyone else that is concerned, he's killed him.
Yeah.
But like they'd escaped to a farmhouse and come back to get food, and Maester Lewin gets because who is it? Somebody gets killed. And Maester Lewin's like, oh yeah, because they knock Theon out because Theon's given a rousing speech, and then like his own people like knock him out. Like I thought he'd never shut up, and they're like, all right, now let's go home because they basically burn Winterfell to the ground.
Yeah.
And Maester Lewin gets stabbed by one of the Greyjoy army, and then they find him when they come back to the redwood tree in Winterfell, like Bran, Rickon, and that. So he's dying, but he says to him like, get your warmest clothes, get as much food as you can, and go north. And like they're like, but Rob and Mother are in like the south. It's like too dangerous. Like there's too many enemies between. Like we don't know exactly where they are. We know that Jon's at the wall, so go there. Go north.
Nice.
Find your brother. He'll look after you. Get word to your mother, and then they'll come and get you.
I see.
And then obviously Maester Lewin dies. Sad. So and then that's that journey. They're heading north. Rob's in the south. Tyrion's got a scar on his face. Joffrey's still an arse.
Yeah.
Daenerys has got gold, but she's got no army. Renly's dead.
Sansa. What happens?
Sansa's still. She's still in King's Landing, but
doesn't really do that much.
Not yet. Not until season 3. But
alas,
Jaime's being taken
with Brienne
back by Brienne.
Yeah. She is with Brienne.
Stannis' original army was defeated, but he's still got good numbers and will be
Conjuring
back.
up
The Hound
demon
left.
babies. The Hounds.
The Hound.
Oh, the Hound, Sir Gregor.
No, Sandor.
Sandor.
Gregor's the mountain.
Oh.
He beheads the horse in season 1, and then he buggers off, and then he's a different actor in season 2. Then he's not in season 3, and comes back in season 4 as another different actor.
Oh right, okay. So he basically is a Time Lord.
Basically,
He's
but
a
they all
Time
look
Lord.
completely different, all completely different builds. Yeah, but Sandor Clegane, the Hound, who is part of the King's Guard, like during the Battle of Blackwater, like he's had enough because the fighting and like how corrupt the whole system is. It just like basically just goes fuck the king and then leaves.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, cool. And he like offers to he offers to take Sansa with him. Like says like if you come with me, like you'll be safe and I will get you home to Winterfell.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'll be safe here because she's scared and she's thinking it's better like who you know than who you don't.
True.
And like
She's playing the game.
Then basically like he basically tells her like to be careful because it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And so it's like there is evil people here as well, basically sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's where that leaves her. All the Stark children are scattered.
Worldwide.
Who will sit on the Iron Throne? We'll find out from April 14th, 2019.
Are they going to do like a Netflix thing where it'll be all the episodes out in a day, or will it?
Well, I don't think HBO because it's on
Right.
HBO Go,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't put it on another streaming service.
No.
How do you rate season 2, Connor?
Well, from the sounds of it, it sounds great. But like I said to you, but I don't know if it was before we recorded or what. But I think season 2 and season 3 is like one big long season.
Yeah.
Because I think part of it is because I watched it back to back. But season 3 is where stuff actually happens. This is like all set up. Season 3 is where most of it happens.
Oh, from season 3 onwards, it's like great.
Yeah.
I don't rate season 7 as highly as I should,
No.
but that's because the episode cut later on for me has an effect on the overall storytelling. Because then it's like because like after a big episode where like loads of stuff happens, like normally you get that one that's pads out the plot a bit more, moves it along. But with season 7, it was like the main thing that annoys me. Because I'll try not to talk about it in detail. Which obviously that's like 4 episodes down the line.
Yeah, you've had enough teasing me. Yeah.
But like it's like the travelling, because you know how like some people take like ages to travel like somewhere, like it took when
You would, yeah.
when someone gets but then like a main character
They don't exactly
travels between like where does she travel from?
They don't exactly have planes in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like obviously because the sailing, like I think someone's in Bravos and then is back at Winterfell, or is south and then travels to Winterfell literally like over the space of an episode. Like it's just there, and you're like, so are we just ignoring that now?
Oh, I see. It gets a bit like that.
Yeah.
They all just the script all just puts them there. And it's
That's the annoying thing of going from. So I think you could have got 10 episodes out of season 7, and I think you could probably.
How many episodes were there? 8?
There were 10 episodes in every season, up to season 6, and then season 7 is 7 episodes, and
season 7.
Yeah, and season 8 will be 6, but they'll be longer. They're looking at like movie length for some of them, so ranging from like 90 minutes onwards.
Well, for all of them.
Yeah, for all of them.
So season 6.
They're all going to be over an hour. Like
so season 6 had 8.
No, season 6 had 10. They all had season.
Oh, I see. So
it's 10, 10, 10.
Yeah. So season 7 had 7 and 6. That's odd.
That's that's what you lose from them 3 episodes. Is like.
Yeah.
I think it would, because a lot of people did complain that it just felt a bit rushed.
And
there was a lot more battles, and apparently like there's going to be loads of battles, but you need the slower episodes to get you in it. Yeah, because otherwise, if they're all like battle episodes, then you're just like, oh, well, I'm bored. This is just fighting.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. It's all about the politics.
But
it's all
that
about
is
scheming.
More to come.
Okay.
Season 2, I think probably an 8. Like I know there's, especially the beginning bits are sort of like it's a bit of a slow.
But yeah, because
a slow start for season 2.
It feels like an Ant-Man and a Wasp to get off of the Infinity War a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a bit. There's a bit of a palate cleanser, but then it builds up. But whereas season 1 sort of grabs you from that first episode, like this is
season 2 doesn't.
Season 2 like is more setting the ground and then building, then gets picks up a bit of steam. But I'm really excited about next week's season 3. So I'd 8 out of 10 to go along with the 9 out of 10 for season 1, 8 out of 10 for season 2.
Yeah.
I'm liking how much we've developed these characters, and we've still got a lot more characters to meet.
God damn it.
And a lot more places to go, and a lot more people to see. But yeah.
I need to contact Matt.
Who's your favourite character so far?
So far, out of who I've seen?
Out of the first 2 seasons, who are you loving? Because Game of Thrones teaches you, don't get too attached.
Oh no.
Because I did with Sean Bean, and that was a mistake. But I love Rob.
I did love Rob.
Yeah, I know. That's why season 3 hurts. But
yeah, I did love.
At this moment in time, I love Rob. I love Tyrion.
Rob,
I love the journey that Jamie goes on. I love where after season 3, because with what happens to him in season 3, he then gets a different attitude and outlook. And when he gets to season 7, like decisions that would have been easier for him to make in season 1, he's just like, no, that's not me.
Oh damn! So he really does a full.
Well, the quote with his poster for season 8 is, "There are no men like me. There is only me." Because each character poster is them sitting on the Iron Throne, and then there's a quote.
I didn't read the
Sam's one is, I'm tired of reading about the achievements of better men.
Oh.
Yes, quite a few. We'll quickly read them, do the season 8 trailer, and then we'll bugger off, I think. Nice little hour and 30. Yeah, season 8 trailer. You start talking about that while I find this.
It's 2 minutes, and even though I've missed 5 seasons worth of stuff, dragons, fire. Well, there weren't dragons in the trailer, weren't there? Oh, yes, there was.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
In the thumbnail. Dragons, fire, Gendry, and people. Daenerys you see at one point, and stuff. Too much stuff. I can't think on top of my head.
You see all of them in the places.
You see, that's where you see wildfire as well.
Probably do. You see the White Walkers approaching.
And
you
fights
see
and cannons and ships, and feels like a bit of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but brought to the big screen. Don't know. So it's so much rubbish I've not watched. Yeah, I need to.
But you will catch up on this rewatch. So, let me quickly get the post.
I need to really just get the 4Ks. See,
but only season 1's out there.
Whoever doing, I think it's Universal or Warner Brothers, whoever's publishing this 4Ks, get them out, please. Bring out the season sets. Don't care if they're not selling, just bring them out.
I think they will once it finishes.
I really hope
I'll get a 4K season 1 to 8 box set when the whole thing when it's over.
Season 1. So I'm looking at the 4Ks now. There's just got no news.
News.
It's just.
What is news?
It's worrying.
What is news? It's really annoying because the whole bloody
4K box set.
It's just where they've retweeted people who retweeted the trailer. Here we go. So Cersei. Fuck, I didn't say it. Didn't say it quite.
7 season. Oh, so they are on Now TV. I thought they weren't because I went on it the
Told
other day.
you
I only
they were
saw
on Now
season
TV.
7. I only saw season 7. How dare they lie to me? Well, I know what I'm doing when I get home then.
You're starting your season 3 rewatch? Okay, so
Yeah, I'll get on season.
for Cersei, it's Long May She Reign. My reign has just begun for Daenerys. We know no king but the king in the north is for Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Never forget who you are, the rest of the world will not. It's for Tyrion.
Okay.
The lone wolf dies but the pack survives is Sansa. There are no men like me, only me, Jamie. North remembers for Arya. Tired of reading about the achievements of better men from Sam. I am the three-eyed raven now, Bran. Fear is for the winter is the Night King.
Fear is for the winter. Oh,
And
God damn.
with that, we'll wrap up
So yeah.
the second rewatch season. So you're going to get on that, season 3?
Straight away, yeah. I might even, to be fair, I do remember season 3. Like, see, talking about this has actually really brought images to my head. So, in a way,
Rewatching it really helps because I've sort of like remembered things that I wouldn't have normally. So
I might skim through it because I want to watch what I haven't seen.
yeah, well, yeah,
more than what
but
I
don't
have.
like overwatch because then you'll be
I'm not
like,
trying to overwatch.
because if you like end up watching like season 4 next week when we're not talking about it, then you'll be like, then forget it by the time we get to season 4.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll try and recap season 3, but I won't watch it all because I'm gonna do a bit of both. I am gonna obviously do it for this, but I do need to get on the train of what I've missed.
Yeah, but what better way is it than doing it week by week with us? In 7 seasons, 7 weeks. So that was season 2. We'll see you next week for season 3 and whatever else.
Season 3 plus next week.
No, just
Season 3 and 4.
No, just season 3. See, look, he's already skipping ahead.
Season 2.5.
There's a reason why it's 7 weeks for 7 seasons.
Oh.
Spaces it out, content. I've organised it, and then season 7 will be.
Screw organisation. We were originally off the air. We just did it live. That was our motto. We're now professional.
We're professional now.
Yeah.
Hit us up, like, comment, subscribe. nerdbibleconcept@gmail.com for emails. I haven't checked this week.
No.
We probably don't have any. So hit up next
Sad
week.
face.
Make sure you're subscribing and sharing at Pasty Sheep on Twitter, Facebook,
Your
Twitch,
Instagrams.
Instagram. You know, have a look because
Everything.
stuff will be coming. We've put out the cheeky picture about what we've got
Yeah.
coming up. More stuff. There's more live action stuff. You'll see our beautiful faces as well as hearing our voices.
Soon.
One of them meant soon. One of my many voices. Yeah, that's about it. Make sure you're sharing. Keep spreading the word because stuck at 50. We've been stuck at 55 now for like a couple of weeks.
Three.
So we want to be hitting 100 by the end of this year. Come on, let's together
Get on the
journey
hype
to
train.
100.
Yeah.
And
Please.
if you have any suggestions for stuff you want to hear us talk about, then email in. Like we've said, contact@gmail.com.
All that stuff.
Tweet us. Shout at us across the street. Throw stones through our windows with notes attached to them.
Come to our supermarkets. Other retailers are available. But, if you can figure out where we are, then come and visit.
I wouldn't invite that kind of stuff because people will know who we are and then we'll tell other people. And then...
Yeah.
But yeah, more coming soon. So,
Right.
best of luck, Connor. I'll see you next week.
Sayonara.
You don't need to text Matt now, so that's good.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Now TV for the win.
Other streaming services are available and much, much cheaper.
Netflix sponsors us anyway.
Disney Plus!
Disney Plus.